I just knew that there was some magic into it. I didn't know technically what was the magic.
Photographer and creative director of Raabta Studios, Shrey Bhagat. Over the last 14 years, Shrey has photographed more than 450 weddings across 20 countries from palaces in Rajasthan to coastlines in Greece. His work has been featured in Vogue India and recognized at international photography festivals from New York to Tokyo.
In India, weddings play such a big part. Culturally, it's such a big thing. Weddings are now the fourth largest economic sector in India, over $130 billion.
It's very, very special to feel that later in the year, someone is going to remember my presence through this picture. The camera is just a medium to click and capture what you see. Nothing gives you more joy than doing something for yourself.
It reminds me of that documentary, Jiro, I Dream of Sushi. Just greatness comes from doing that one thing
Again and
over
again.
and over
Again
and over.
As a creative person, you always have this constant thing, what if I fail? What if I am not able to produce the most creative shot in this particular wedding? I go through that fear.
How do you run a business and still be in flow state to create? What is that secret?
The secret is
Shrey, welcome to the Learning Lounge.
thank you. Thank you.
Yay! We're so excited to have you today. How are you feeling?
Good. Feeling good. It's a nice, bright, sunny LA Bay and feels good to be here. It's fun.
Are you based out of Bombay?
Based out of Bombay.
Bombay. How long you been in LA?
Mumbai.
Mumbai. Now that we call it Mumbai, but yeah, we are the old school, so Bombay still is in our heart. I have been in LA since past 1 month, I think.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Are you
That's
here
been a
for
long-
work, pleasure?
No, it was just a trip to visit my sister.
I mean, even though culturally in India, weddings play such a big part. Like you might not have like money to eat food, but you still save for your kid's wedding, right? Like it's just
True.
culturally it's such a big thing.
True.
Growing up, we didn't have concerts. We didn't have all these entertainment experiences and DJ sets playing and all of that. Weddings was it for us. Like that's what I remember being a kid. Like all the fun that you would have was during a wedding season,
True.
right? I also came across a stat that weddings are now the fourth largest economic sector in India, over $130 billion, like US dollars. The average couple hires 14 distinct vendors and estimated 5 to 10 million full-time and almost 20 million seasonal jobs around this industry. For our international audiences, right, who might not understand the context, I feel like the Ambani wedding kind of just like gave everybody go like,
Opened
oh,
the
this is how
doors.
weddings are happen. But for the audiences that might be living under the rocks, can you give us some context around the importance of Indian weddings in our culture?
So, weddings, as you rightly said, play a very important role. Like really important role in lives of the parents and lives of the kids that are getting married. And every bride or every girl since the time she is little, she always envisions herself on how she wants to get married, how their dream wedding needs to look like. Parents are excited for the child's marriage. They save from the since the time the child is born. They save for their wedding and they have dreams that they want to fulfill during their kids' weddings. Like even when we got married, I wanted to have a very small, simple wedding. My parents were like, no, we want to have a wedding where we call all the guests, we call our extended families and everyone. So the same was with Manveen's family also, where she wanted to have that wedding. Her parents wanted to have, she wanted to have a destination wedding. So, all these things are dreams that all combine together to make the most beautiful aspect of weddings that we see out there. Indian weddings have always been big. It is through the medium of Instagram, social media, that we are actually seeing those things right now happen.
Mhm.
Like us being kids, we've always seen weddings that happen in movies, in Bollywood. Bollywood plays such a big
I think
role
Hum
in
Aapke Hain Kaun was the first
Hum
one,
Aapke
or to
Hain
my
Kaun.
memory, which was like the biggest wedding.
Yeah, the
Exactly.
most pivotal point.
Yeah, and then DDLJ to that matter.
DDLJ to add on to it. And so every kid, 90s kid, they have grown up that I want to see my wedding this way. And then weddings have just grown.
Yeah.
Now weddings are more about what experience you want to give to your guests. It's become a whole different world now, a world of its own.
Yeah.
And that's what weddings are. And we are privileged to be a part of this world and create some different experience for our clients also.
Yeah. With millennials and Gen Z driving digital planning, social media aesthetic, lab grown diamonds, destination formats, right? Like there's all these different things. How has the Indian wedding industry changed from the time perhaps your parents got married to you got married to where we are now?
When parents got married, you had the same old state setting
Hmm.
where people would come with how you call it, lifafa or an
Sagan ka
envelope.
lifafa.
Sagan ka
Sagan. Sagan.
Are you Punjabi?
Yeah.
My wife is.
Yeah,
Manveen is Punjabi.
yeah,
I'm
yeah. So
Gujarati.
you understand.
I understood that. Yeah. So back in those days, parents' time, you used to have a traditional old style setup, the same banquet with the same decor that was used to be repeated again and again.
Right.
And morning was the wedding, evening was the reception, and you call all the guests coming in their formal attires and everything, come and give you the sagan, join hands, have food, and leave.
Yeah.
Now, let's paint the picture to 10 years back, 15 years back. Things evolved to where there have been multiple events that started coming into the picture. Events like Sangeet. As we said, we spoke about Bollywood. So, Sangeet became, dance performances became a part of it. Then people started exploring the idea of destination weddings at that time. Back in when I got married, we had a destination wedding in Mahabaleshwar. Again, not with a lot of influence of social media again at that time. Of course, that time was like Orkut and Facebook was just building up.
Mm-hmm.
Now it is only and only about experience. How different can your wedding be from the one that you have already experienced in the last season, or what different can you do in the weddings? So now the scale has gone, which is a very good thing, but it has gone from being like a small banquet wedding to a whole grand destination wedding. And that destination wedding can be intimate also, or it can be filled with thousands of people also. It's on the call of the couple of how they want to keep it like.
And do you think it's like, call it power or complexity of social media played a huge part in that too, like in today's world?
Yeah. Social media, how much ever we choose to deny it, it has played a very big role. It has built so many businesses.
Have you experienced something of that sort when you have been out there to do a shoot? Like, what kind of experience have you had?
Very strangely, our first destination wedding that we did in 2015, my company was just growing up at that time.
Yeah.
We had not done a lot of weddings. We had done about like 3, 4 weddings. And very randomly, we get this call from this bride who's based out of Kakinada. And she's like, I want you guys to shoot my wedding. I've heard the name of the place for the first time.
Hmm.
And there we are. Next moment, 6 months later, we are shooting her wedding. So out of nowhere, how this thing connected, how she contacted us, and we just made sure that we were there for her wedding 6 months later and created some beautiful work. And that was our first destination wedding.
Mm-hmm.
So it has grown. It has helped in scaling a lot of businesses. Social media is the future.
It is.
It is the future.
I love to agree to that.
Yeah.
My entire business is based off of that.
So is mine.
So there's obviously the business side of that, but like how about the festivities and the ceremonial side of things?
Yeah, to that point, like we have so many events per se, like Sangeet, Haldi, Chura ceremony, Vidai. Like, how do you cater to these different events in terms of planning for the photography as well? Like, how do you keep up with all of that in different senses?
So see, today, definitely social media has explored the horizons of what things can happen in a
Yeah.
wedding.
Yeah.
What all can you do? What all
Yeah.
different things can you do? Okay, this is what I did differently in my wedding.
Hmm.
Everyone wants to have that. When we are on board for a wedding, our process is very simple. We are not those people that will end up on the wedding day and be like, okay, tell us what we want to do now. We actually get involved in the process of how do we want to navigate through the entire experience of the wedding that the bride and groom have envisioned.
Hmm.
The couples have envisioned it too.
Yeah.
Our process is, first, we keep it very simple. We have a call with every important member who is supposed to be a part of the wedding, because you know how they say that you should not hide any secrets from your doctors and your lawyers. In weddings, you should not hide any secrets from your planners and photographers. We cannot have any surprise performances
Yeah,
happening,
no,
or we can.
absolutely.
Our process starts a month before, where we get into those calls. We get into discussing of every nitty gritty of what's going to happen in throughout the wedding. What events do you have? Do you have haldi, sangeet, reception? In reception, are you going to have performances? How is the lighting of the sangeet going to be like? Post that, we have our internal team meeting as well, where we discuss it with my team that this is how it's going to perform, this is how the events are going to be, what kind of equipments do we need for that, because that also plays a very important role. Now, coming to the wedding events, once we are at the wedding, on day zero itself, we try and do a whole reiki of the space as well, going to each and every location, seeing it how the decor is going to be like, how things are going to turn out. So this is an entire process that we follow to make sure that we are ready for what's going to happen over the weekend.
Pre-production. I mean,
Pre-production.
pre-production,
Yeah,
like one of my
pre-production.
mentors, Marty, used to always say, like,
Yeah.
pre-production is even more important than production.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Once you have the pre-production in place, you have your at least 60% of your wedding is there. Then you're just supposed to be there, present physically, and you need to have your strong presence of mind to just see what's going to happen next.
Yeah. So behind those beautiful photographs goes a lot of work in pre-production and planning, which is beautiful and which is needed,
Which is
perhaps.
needed. I
Yeah.
mean, I worked for Disney parks for many years.
Yeah.
And which is very similar to the wedding, which is like the parks keeps on going. Nobody's you this is not your set where you can stop everything and get people to pose and whatnot, right? I'm sure the wedding is the same. It's going.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Very true.
So for you, like, I mean, I don't know, like, Manveen, probably she's your EP, right? Like, is she like a militaristic person? Is she like making sure everybody's like moving like clockwork, and the next setup is set and the next setup is set, and it's just like you're just like flowing through the whole thing?
So with me and Manveen, we have our roles very clearly defined, where it comes to a part where she makes sure of everything is right till the time we go to the wedding.
Yeah.
In the wedding, everything that happens is my call. Everything pre and post is what's taken care by Manveen. And we both have our roles defined so that, we don't overstep on each other's roles as well.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we both support each other also in what role we play at our work.
Right.
Like at times, as a creative person, you always have a mind block. You always have a foggy vision of
Yeah.
what next to do. That is where she brings in the clarity to that.
Hmm.
She helps me grow in a beautiful way where, if some client is not working out or not getting the creative push,
Yeah.
she makes me understand that why do we do and what do we do that ways. And the same goes with her also. There have been difficult days for her as well. And that is where I try to step in and give her that push.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's very similar to how we both work. Where he leads the creative and I lead all the operations and
Operations
strategies,
part,
like
yeah.
make sure like everything is running smoothly and whatnot. And there are days when he's also kind of blog and there are days that I'm blog. So that's how it works. Yeah, you need that support
You need that.
system.
You need
Yeah.
that.
And the good thing is inbuilt.
Trust me, she is my biggest critic.
Yeah.
Like maybe some work that I would probably not like, she will be raw to my face and she'll be like, I don't like this at all.
Oh, same.
Same, yeah.
I'll
And
secretly send him a text. I don't agree with what you
But the question is, can you be completely
Sure, like listening to you, it's clear that like just behind the beautiful photography at a wedding is not just showing up, but it's all the planning and understanding the people, earning their trust and whatnot, and how to tell a story in real time. So I'm just curious, uh, where does someone learn to do that actually? Like because it starts in photography, but how do you really start that?
Yeah, and you
Mindset,
started in
yeah.
advertising, right? Like, give us your
Yeah, a
journey. Like,
little
I would
bit
love
of
to hear your
journey
journey
around
and then come to like how you do what you do today.
so my journey, probably, I mean, it started back in 2007 or 8. My father was always into advertising and somewhere, following father's footsteps and everything. So I thought I need to get into advertising, and that is where I got the opportunity to uh, work at multiple ad agencies while I was in
ETH.
college at that time. I was into account servicing and everything. And somewhere, a creative kid, I was not getting satisfied at all, and left advertising in 2009 and came over here in LA itself. This is where my photography, I ideally believe that kind of started off. So this is where my sister got married
Hmm.
in 2009, and during her wedding, I was a kid, not knowing what I want for future, not knowing what path I need to take in future and everything. And I ended up speaking to the photographer who was shooting my sister's wedding. And just that curiosity on looking at those pictures and how did this happen? How did that happen?
So you didn't study photography?
I didn't study photography. I just knew that there was some magic into it.
Yeah.
I didn't know technically what was the magic.
You were getting drawn towards it at
I
that time.
was,
You were
kind of.
curious.
Kind of. And looking back to that also, my grandfather had a camera,
Okay.
which somehow triggered to a childhood memory that I used to take my grandfather's camera and go on trips and just shoot.
Mm-hmm.
I used to just take random pictures. Like
ज़्यादा नहीं, film खत्म हो जाएगी.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly,
the Indian
yeah.
middle class frugal mindset.
Exactly.
film
Film
नहीं
khatam
खत्म
ho
करनी.
jayegi. Yeah. That happened, and somewhere in 2009, that curiosity is what drew me to it. And I ended up buying my first camera from here.
So how did you learn about photography then? Like you bought the camera. What happened next?
So next, I happened to go back to India, and I was very privileged to be getting a chance to work with one of the India's most reputed fashion photographer, Mr. Jatin Kampani. So that is where my actual journey in photography and somewhere the journey of being an entrepreneur also slowly started building from there.
Is he still around? Does he still shoot?
Yes, he's still around. He still shoots a lot, and he is one of the most reputed photographers who shot, like, you name the celebrity and he shot it. He shot every business family, and till date he's my idol. Like, he's my mentor and everything for him.
So what did you really learn from him? What did you observe during the time that you were working with him alongside? And what was that kid observing silently that drew his passion into entrepreneurship?
That kid was observing everything.
Yeah, but not even entrepreneurship. Like
Yeah.
the photography.
The
Like, I wanna know
photography,
that. I wanna
photography
know-
discipline as well. Like
Yeah.
what was going behind it?
Everything. I mean, trust me when I say this, for the first year, he did not even let me touch his camera.
Oh wow.
The first year of learning with him, he took me for the drive and he said, "You're not touching the camera. The camera is just a medium to click and capture what you see. The main art is understanding the lighting." So first year for me was only about understanding lighting. Only understanding how does he light up a white backdrop or how does he light up an entire full blown
Yeah.
set
Yeah.
which is there. And mind you, this has nothing to do with wedding photography.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with weddings, nothing to do with anything related to that. This was only purely fashion.
Yeah.
And so first year was that. Second year moved on to learning about photography, about the cameras, and getting the biggest privilege was getting to have my hands on a Hasselblad, which is a very rare phenomenon. So that was the second year. Third year for me became more understanding of the whole idea of how you present yourself. So every year I used to learn some or the other thing with him. And I was with him for almost like 4.5 years. And that is what makes me the person that I am today.
Did you get ever frustrated? Like why is he not letting me touch the camera in the first year?
No, no, I was too scared to get frustrated with him. I was very disciplined and everything. Like till date, he is my. Even Manveen tells me the minute he's around you, you become a whole different person. It's like that. So yeah, so that was with him, and that is what led me to understand how you run a business, still be creative at your, and still pursue your art.
Right.
Tell our audiences, like how do you run a business and still be in flow state to create? What is that secret?
That's a great question.
The secret is do things for yourself. Nothing gives you more joy than doing something for yourself.
Yeah.
No matter how many other commercial works you do. but that one thing that you do for yourself is what gives you all the joys possible. And that's what he also taught me,
Yeah.
because he used to see things in the most randomest thing that no one could find out and make something magical out of it. And that's what I also started learning, that no matter whatever I do, I need to keep shooting for myself. That is where the artist still stays alive. And I'm a very childish person.
Yeah.
Trust me,
Which you need to be.
I need to
Doing
be.
thing for yourself almost reminds me about the book, The Artist
Oh,
Way.
the artist way.
Right.
I don't know if you have done that framework yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was transformational
It's
for me.
incredible. Yeah.
It is. It
yeah.
is. It changes you as a person.
Yeah.
It completely changes you as a person. You might be thinking you are the only one, but there are so many things that you resonate with people
Yeah.
around you also.
Yeah. And I think one thing I also want to tell, young kids listening to this is doing things for yourself is not selfish, because the world tends to make it more selfish. I think the definition is self-care, because self-care
Yes.
is therapy that
Is
puts you in
therapy.
flow state, that actually makes the product better, right?
True. The minute you are sorted with that in your head,
Yeah.
automatically everything else follows.
Yeah.
And all these things relate to one major thing, is be patient.
Yeah.
Be patient and just trust the process.
Oh my God, that is my line. I always say that. Be patient, trust the process, and leave it on the nature,
Yeah.
is what I
Yeah.
believe. Yeah.
People might think these are just words, but I've actually experienced it.
Where did it lead to? When did you know that, okay, like I feel it, and we
What
all as
was that
creatives,
point? Yeah, that.
we have it this, like, I remember the exact moment when I go like, this is it. Like, I know my shit. I don't need anybody to tell it. I can do it.
This is where actually Manveen stepped in, because we've known each other since 15 years. And while I was working with Jatin sir, I was, of course, dating her at that time. And she was the one, after 4.5 years, who gave me that push, who's like, I think you can still start on
Girls are
your
the
own.
ones.
Yeah. I mean, she
Yeah.
made me quit my job and join her.
She, so, so did she. I mean, she was the one who somewhere saw that I think you have not learned everything, but you have still learned things that you can do it on your own.
Yeah.
And she's the one who gave me that push. And I quit the job and then started with the journey of fashion photography. And this was a journey of about like 1.5, 2 years and
So,
everything.
fashion photography is very different from wedding photography. How did that switch?
Wedding photography was never in books, was never in thoughts, never in books. But somehow, you have these well wishers.
Mm-hmm.
My brother's friend, Kunal and Neha, I don't know what they saw in me, but he just comes one day to my office and he's like, you are doing my wedding. So it is some blind trust that Kunal and Neha had in me, that we ended up doing their wedding and started shooting wedding photography through that wedding.
Mm.
But yeah, that is when we shot that first wedding.
Did you just jump on it? Like, what, when they came to you? Because I'm sure it's such a different creative process. Right? Like, when was wedding photography aspirational at that point? Like, were you going like, is it a different thing, or, oh, this is such a cool thing that I got to try? Like, what was it?
You just got excited hearing them out in the moment.
Honestly, I was not prepared for it at all. I mean, why did they even show that trust in me? I have no idea till date. And when they came in, there was something that just clicked in, and I was like, okay, fine, let's give it a try. And through that only, I set up the entire team and had multiple people on the project, and set up the team, understood, did the same process what we still follow of understanding what their events were, what everything was happening, and led to their wedding, and the results, they loved it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I always feel like it's refusing to be comfortable in your shoes. So it's always about keep growing and evolving and getting onto those challenges that make you a little uncomfortable. So perhaps that was that one moment for you where you were probably, and then yeah, it just was the biggest
And
blessing.
were you like, okay, this is it? Like, now I want to do
Yeah.
wedding photography?
No, no, no.
Yeah.
No, for me, was that also, of course, I had my commitments with the fashion photography and everything. But with that wedding, that actually led me thinking on a very interesting thing that, okay, I am a fashion photographer. Weddings are a very different ball game altogether. There are a lot of things that needs to be done in a wedding in a certain way. But it is still missing a little bit of edge that, makes weddings glamorous. So that is where it just got me thinking that why can't we bring the element of fashion into the wedding photography? Even if it's a small change with the lighting or a small change with the uh, posing or even the editing style. What if I just bring that small change and see what happens? I mean, why not? And trust me, weddings are your open runways. You have the best of people dressed in the best of designers with the best of makeup.
The budgets you were
The
asking
budgets,
for.
weddings that we started doing. Of course, it was not that we got the most high budgeted weddings the minute we started off. But whatever we got, I loved those challenges. Like, how do you bring out a beautiful photograph when you're just shooting at someone's home?
Yeah.
Or when you're shooting in a banquet space. So those challenges what started giving me a push.
Yeah.
What started making me a better photographer, understanding a lot of things. Like I did not know about so many things of how you light up in a higher ISO, how you shoot in a higher ISO, or like how quick you need to be on your toes to understand that what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
So all these things I started learning from that. Simultaneously, my fashion photography was also going, but then wedding started taking up a lot of time.
A few times you have mentioned, like, for you, it wasn't about, I want to take that best photo, right? Like, you constantly keep on mentioning this thing about, I want to make somebody's, journey more beautiful, somebody's day that is special, like, capture those moments. So, which is a very spiritual concept, I speak, because it's a very purpose led concept. It's not about the craft, it's not about, I want the business.
Yeah.
It is about, I want to make somebody else's. So there's a selflessness in there, right? And I feel like, again, another great framework for creatives in all fields listening out there is like, attach yourself to a
To a
purpose,
purpose.
right?
Yeah.
Like that is beyond your own
Yeah.
thing, right? Like all of those things will line up in the back, right? So tell us about your manifestations. You just mentioned manifestation. I'm curious.
My manifestation at that point of time was very clear that I just wanted to make something that is loved by everyone. My thought at that time was that I want to be uh, creating images that will be passed on through generations. Now that I have this opportunity to uh, document that for the years to come,
Yeah.
for any of the families, any of the couples who we are working with, it's a privilege for me.
Yeah.
Like, it's like very, very special to feel that later in the year, someone is going to remember my presence through this picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the most beautiful way, because you're not even part of it. Like, you know what I mean? It's your craft, it's the story you're trying to tell will transcend 200 years from now. And then, you are able to tell that story,
True.
to
And it's
generations.
also just not a photo or a memory, but it's also capturing the emotion in that
In
moment.
that
Like,
moment.
and how are you connecting with those people who you are taking pictures of? Like, how is that trust built? I know there's the whole process you talked about, but still, there's
Yeah, take us through that
yeah.
process. Like, take us through, like, how are
Tell
you,
us
like,
about it.
connecting at that level, to
Like,
even be
how
able
do
to
you
tell
make
those
them
stories?
comfortable to be comfortable around you? Like,
Yeah.
talking for a in a meeting and getting to know them is one thing, but then what is the other process going
Like, when does that transactional turn into emotional switch?
for them to be also open up completely in front of the camera, which is not an easy
Yeah.
task, I would say.
So in Raabta, since the time uh, the idea of Raabta was formed, and since the time
What does it mean, sorry, to side trail? What does Raabta mean? Tell our audiences first.
it means a cosmic connection.
Yeah, connection. It's a Punjabi word.
It's a Punjabi word, and coming from the roots, it's a very interesting story of how we coined the term also, but we can come to
Tell
the
us, tell us. No, tell us all. We want to know it all.
Okay, so in 22, when leaving my previous company and finding a voice for my own self and starting a new journey altogether. And Manveen also left her advertising job, and she was like, "What better way than just to focus on our goals together and come to a, vision that we both see together, that we want to achieve." And in 22 is when we started with this company, and we wanted the name to have a meaning to it.
Gravitas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we've had the best copywriters working on what name should we keep our brand. We actually have like an Excel sheet of 215 plus names that you can name this, you can name that, and this and that. And
Yeah.
somehow when we moved into the Urdu direction is when we again started thinking a lot about it, and goes into the roots of Manveen's background, which is Punjabi. And that is where we just randomly thought of this word Raabta. The whole meaning of it is cosmic connection. And it is perfect for wedding photography as a company, because out of the billions of people, there is some connection between those two people that they come together.
Yeah.
And that's how the term Raabta was formed.
Now that, you when you go shoot, when you sign on a client and then you're about to build, your pre-production journey, you're doing your storytelling, how do you build that connection with your clientele so that they feel like it's a safe space for them to open up to, for them to share their stories, for you to then craft those stories?
When you are on board, when you close the meeting with the client, and when the client is happy to have you on board and everything, my first question to the couple is, tell me who you guys are, how do you guys describe yourself, and tell me what is the vision that you guys see for your wedding. You tell me that, because my job is not to direct you guys. My job is to capture everything that's happening around you guys the way it is. And we very proudly at Raabta say that our main thing is we are raw, we are real, and we are Raabta. That is us. First step that we even try to do with the couple is have a pre-wedding shoot. Because that is one place. Like I've told my couples so many times that, don't think of it as a shoot. Some people are hesitant to do it, they don't want to do it. Some people want to do it. My only thought to them is, don't think of it as a shoot. Just think it's just few friends going out to a beautiful location, clicking some pictures, and coming back. In that shoot itself, the couple gets so comfortable with you because you understand each other. You understand the
It's like a pre-date amongst all of.
kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. You understand the body languages. You understand what are the likes, what are the dislikes. You end up talking to each other. 2 months before the wedding, there's a whole questionnaire that goes out from my studio where we understand what is the journey of the couple. How did they meet? How did they, where was their first date? Who proposed to whom?
Is that like the hardest part for the couple to do? I'm sure you're like following up like 10 emails like, kya hua?
Bhejo mere ko. But we want our couples to do that.
Yeah.
Not because it's something that they have to do, but it just makes it easier for me to make them comfortable also.
So then obviously you see the pre-shoot, obviously building that one-to-one relationship.
Yeah.
Like what else? What else goes into it? Because, like
What was that moment? If you could talk about the first photo or like the award that you got, what all went behind the creative process of it?
We break it down with two ways. One is, as I said, which is for the clients, that with our couples and everything, that we keep it very raw, real, and rapta.
Mm-hmm.
That is us. I have a philosophy with my team also, of how we capture those moments also, how to be present but still be invisible.
Okay.
In that. So, of course, with the aspect of the couples, that is one story of it.
Mm-hmm.
When you come to the team, my team knows of the main 5 R's which are there. So, first is read, then is relate, then is your response, react, and remember. These are the 5 R's that I take it very strongly with my team.
Mm-hmm.
And I have been lucky to have a team who is backing me with all these things all my entire journey. First is read. When you walk into a room, You don't just pick up a camera and just start shooting. You read the room. You read what is the vibe of the room.
Right.
The second coming to is react. Then is when you understand when you need to press the shutter and when you do not. Because every moment does not need to be captured.
Right.
A good photographer would definitely know when he needs to click the button and when he needs to just absorb the emotions that are around him.
Mm-hmm.
The third thing comes is the response part of it, where, when you are shooting, when you are capturing, but still how you are letting the people around you be in their space, how you are not intruding their space. A lot of times which happens a lot of time in today's photography world, that I could not see anything because the photographer came in the way. I could not enjoy the ceremony
Yeah.
because the photographer came in the way.
Yeah.
You cannot do that. You are just
How are you fly on the wall and just capturing those moments?
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. You cannot destroy a guest experience.
Yeah.
And then relate to everyone that's around you. Relate to what would the bride be feeling when she's walking down the aisle. Relate to how the groomsmen would be happy to seeing his man getting married. Relate to what would the father be feeling when he's walking her daughter down the aisle. Relate. And last thing comes to remember why you are there for. Remember, as we spoke about, that I want this picture to be carried forward for generations. So remember that your this one click is going to be carried forward by generations to come. So click every picture with that passion that it is going to bring a smile on someone's face for years to come.
Yeah.
So these are our philosophy that I work with my team, and I'm grateful that my entire team follows it.
Yeah. And it's so beautiful.
That is so beautiful and so
We will
meaningful.
steal it. We're like, it's a learning lounge.
Yeah.
And we learn. I mean, lots of people out there, they learn. We will learn from it and go like, how do we make our guest experience better? So thank you for sharing that. Care this much about the work is why the work becomes better, right? Like greatness takes, like
True.
Yeah, like
attention. You have to go deep.
Very deep, yes.
Very, very
yeah,
deep.
anybody can nowadays anybody can pick a camera and take a photo, but not everybody has that creative eye to really make it through. So
It's even about, I mean, creative eye for sure. Like it's everyone has their own creative side, and everyone, but it's just when do you use that at the right place at the right time matters
Read
the
and relate.
most.
For me, that's
Read and relate.
right? Like that will tell you, that will be a compass to go like, now I need to press the shutter.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. Like I'm not kidding. I have had instances where I'm seeing the bride cry. I am inside, and we are exposed to the most intimate scenes of the weddings. Like we are with them inside the bridal room, in
Yeah.
the makeup room and everything, and we have seen that bride having that moment where she is anxious.
Yeah.
She has hundreds of feelings that are going into her and all those things, but I know for a fact I don't want to disturb that with the press of my shutter, because the minute that sound comes, that emotion is lost. I try to absorb that thing also myself. Maybe
I
give
mean, it's
her
an
that
emotional
moment.
journey for you
give
It's
too,
an
that
right?
emotional
space.
journey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's an emotional journey of seeing it.
Emotional,
I have cried on
spiritual, because you have
speeches.
to like take yourself out and you have to almost
What
like
was the
place
most
it there.
heartfelt speech that you heard?
Oh, I've cried in a lot of
Yeah.
speeches on reception nights and everything. I have shed a tear also here and there when the white bride walks in, and that smile on the groom's face and all those things. So I have had that moments, and one of the most emotional speech was actually a roast of a groom. It was a wedding that happened in Udaipur in December, and the friends so beautifully portrayed the character of the groom that it was funny, but still at the same time it was very emotional. So that is what I'm like, there's so much of love around you.
Yeah.
You're filled with so much of love, and everyone just being there appreciates you, and that is what matters.
Tea time, tea time, tea time, tea time, tea time.
My name Hana Oreo.
You're looking very cute, very sexy. Tonti. Thank you.
Could I have a sip of yours?
Why?
Cause
Thank you.
I know my question. Could I say it?
Karan, hold up.
I know my question. Could I say it?
Shrey, you want sugar?
Two,
No, I'm good.
three.
You sure?
I'm good, yes.
Wait,
Karan.
let them like.
They're clicking.
Okay, wait. My question is 1, 2, 3. Where are the cells?
What else?
The film for my camera.
Oh,
Oh.
the band. Oh, the film. It's in Blue's room. I said, chal. Arya, chop chop.
Arya, no.
Yeah,
sing
Jumka.
She just knows the word Jumka. She can dance on it, but she cannot sing it. I know that for sure.
Okay, practice and then at the end we will shoot outside.
Yeah,
Then
we'll shoot. We'll do a shooting outside. So we'll call you then. We'll call you then. Go,
Go.
Pinky promise.
5,
Go.
4, 3, 2, 1. Love you. Love you.
It's kind of a rapid fire round. So whatever comes first to your mind, a
Wow.
word or a sentence, just go for it. Golden hour or blue hour.
Golden hour.
Destination wedding or local wedding.
Wedding.
Film or digital.
Digital. I've never been exposed so much to film. So digital.
Bride's entry or groom's entry.
Bride's entry. I'm
Any
a,
day, I know. Vogue cover or Instagram viral.
Why not both?
Angry Jijaji or touchy Taiji.
Touchy Taiji is better. मनाने में आसान होता
I
है.
know. Mumbai or anywhere else in the world.
Mumbai.
Shoot the couple or shoot the chaos.
Shoot the chaos with the couple.
I like that.
I have a picture like that. We just
Yeah?
shot something. Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
I have a picture. I'll show it to you.
Yeah, yeah. Edit all night or shoot all day.
Shoot all day.
One perfect shot or 100 good ones.
One perfect shot.
What's harder, directing 40 guests on a staircase or finding that perfect light?
Finding that perfect light actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To direct those 40 people.
To direct the 40 people on the stage. Yeah. I have directed 40 people, but
yeah.
finding that
Perfect light is harder.
yeah, is unicorn.
What is your ride or die photography gadget?
Music.
Music. Are you plugged in?
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
Wow. What are you
Transparent mode or
listening to?
Sound cancelling.
Yeah,
noise
that's what
cancelling?
I'm asking. Like, what are you listening to?
I am listening to anything and everything. It all depends on my mood.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Kenny G one day to A.R. Rahman the other day to Coldplay to anything.
In this research before you were coming, we were looking at Indian wedding photographers, and there's like crazy videos that exist online of somebody like hanging themselves from a helicopter to take that perfect shot. Or right, like there's like this crazy like guy who jumped, with a parachute, out of a waterfall because the couple was jumping with a parachute and just follow them. Like, tell us, tell
What
us
has
that.
been that physical above and beyond moment for you?
The most interesting was a pre-wedding that we were shooting. I mean, the most challenging part on that was we were doing this and randomly during our pre-production meetings with the couple as to where do we want to do it. The bride randomly said that, oh, let's go to Courchevel. I want to shoot in the snow. And I literally had to Google where the hell is Courchevel. And it turns out it is actually north of France. So we ended up deciding, fine, let's do a shoot in Courchevel. The time when we were going there, it was going to be -10 and -15 degrees. And we had no idea what is going to happen where and how the weather is going to play around and everything. But we had to go there and prove ourselves and do our shoot. Me and one more person, one more team member of mine, we both went over there full prepped up for snow and with those massive boots. And come on, we come from Bombay. For us, like 0 degree also becomes like super cold for us. ये तो -15, -20 पे जाता था. And we reach Courchevel, we start with the shoot, and in first 15 minutes, it's fully fogged out. We cannot see even each other at this distance what we are sitting at. And then the challenges just grew more and more. But in those challenges, we adapted ourselves to think differently in those challenges. And that shoot actually pushed us a lot to extend our boundaries also in shooting ways also, plus physically also, because it's snow. We are walking in that snow, going from one place to another, like walking a mountain and all those things. And that was like really physically
And
challenging.
you had shot in snow before?
No.
This was the first time.
This was the first time.
Yeah.
So I've not even shot in snow before. And this was like heaps of snow, like proper. And it's known, I mean, that place is known for the best skiing resorts and everything. So you can imagine the kind of snow which is there. But in that, we just kept on evolving ourselves. And that shoot has been one of my most favorite shoots that I've done so far?
We have this interesting segment that we call interactive section where we like to talk to our guests and get some real time fun interaction with them, either on Blackboard or like they if they can draw their frameworks or whatnot. So with this one, because of course you are a creative artist and a photographer, we wanted, and Karan's brother is getting married. Julia, our
Interesting.
would be
Sister-in-law.
sister-in-law. She's a Canadian, so clearly she doesn't know a lot of Indian culture, but she's been around a lot of Indian friends, and of course Utsav has been telling her a lot about it.
From a wedding
But
point of view.
yeah, so from a wedding point of view, if she was an outside bride, not from the culture, how would you teach her a certain kind of body posture and whatnot, how to behave in front of the camera and things like that? So I think we'll just dial into her
Yeah.
and we'll see how that conversation goes. Yeah.
Yulia, can you hear us?
Hello.
Hi. We have Shrey Bhagat in the studio, and I'll pass the laptop to him so we can prep you up for your upcoming wedding.
Hi. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
How do you feel? Are you excited?
No, not at all.
Not at all? Ah,
I'm just joking.
tell me how can I be of help to you, and what is that one question that's troubling you the most?
I mean, much as you just heard, I'm getting kind of filled in on the differences between Western Indian weddings. But I think really, and some I'm sure might apply to kind of brides from anywhere. What the kind of key thing that we should be aware of or kind of know to help us before we get in front of camera.
Do not overthink. What needs to happen will take its own pace and will happen at the same time. Yes, the cultures are different, but the emotions still are the same. You know, you still will be walking down the aisle in both the weddings. You still will be having that entire ceremony that's going to take place and all those things. So these are few things that, you know, you definitely need to be aware of, and make sure that you don't overthink on, is this right or is this wrong? My one suggestion to all my brides is 1 month before the wedding, just let everything be taken care by everyone else. Just pass it on things. Like, you know, don't hold or do not micromanage. Just have fun.
Yeah.
It's not going to be repeated again. Just have fun.
What would you recommend as, you know, someone who's really an expert with Indian weddings? What are those moments we really want to make sure we're not missing and that we have that footage of and those memories?
One is definitely share what your vision and your mood board is. Just sit on Pinterest, see the best of shots that you like, see the best of sequences that you connect to. Apart from that, the most key shots, of course, need to be the ceremony shots while you guys are getting married. That is one key shot. You walking down the aisle, your performances that happens during the Sangeet and everything. And trust me on this, but please give your photographer time to take your portraits. The more time you give to your photographer, the more experimental and better they can do at what they do the best.
So, I mean, you said, you know, the emotions and everything that we're experiencing, that's really kind of cross-cultural. But is there, would you say, a certain pose or a certain something that is kind of timeless Indian wedding culture that, you know, you would recommend that we make sure to get shots of?
There's no notebook to it that, you know, this is how you need to pose. It is you and what your outfits dictate of how the poses need to be like. Just remember one thing, that you need to just be yourself as much as possible.
I mean, this has been really helpful. I think it's helped kind of assure me, and I really just need to remember what you recommended and just not overthink. And yes, I probably have been admittedly doing a bit of that, but I really want to try to embody as much of the culture as I can, even though we're, you know, doing something fusion here. So I appreciate all of your help.
Anytime. Yes.
Amazing. And I can't wait to see the demonstration.
Yes, we will just...
Bringing you along with us, Julia.
Yes, you just bringing your... Go in your position first. Okay, that's it. Now wait here. Turn here. Yep. Let's get the veil.
Why do they like stick on your heads?
Alright. And turn your face a little towards me.
And what a fascinating conversation. Today's episode reminded us that mastery isn't built in spotlight. It is built in the quiet hours of observation, consistency, and showing up with intention, long before anyone recognizes your work. Shrey, thank you so much for sharing your story with us, not just your journey, but the mindset, the discipline, and philosophy that you have shaped Raabta Studios into what it is today. And to everyone listening or watching, if this conversation inspired you, make sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share the episode with someone who's building a career, leading a team, or simply navigating a season of growth. New episodes of The Learning Lounge drop on Wednesday on YouTube. You can also subscribe to our Substack Dangview for deeper insights and behind-the-scene conversations, and follow The Learning Lounge on Instagram for clips, updates, and upcoming episodes. Thank you again for tuning in, and we'll see you next Wednesday on The Learning Lounge.